Uh, well, Mike, it goes without saying this is a big game. How are the nerves? How is the excitement? How's the feeling around the camp?
Everything's all right in a minute. I think until you get to Wembley and start soaking up the occasion, the size of the stadium, then that's when I think it starts becoming real.
What is the difference going into this game compared to a couple of years ago? Is it a sense that last time getting to Wembley and the occasion was something of an achievement in itself, something to enjoy? Is this time is it all about promotion?
Yeah, I think so, Chris. And that's no disrespect meant to Morecambe. We've come a long way since I've taken over, myself and Wayne, and it's been positive all the way. It's the only thing missing. The whole lot is a promotion, and that's what we want more than anything.
You've made strides pretty much every season. Last year was a difficult campaign for so many reasons. It wasn't a full campaign for one. This is the thing that's missing. It hasn't been an easy road. There's been a lot of changes and a lot of development along the way since you first sort of stepped into the breach. It's all been building towards this.
Well, it has where we're sat. The players, the staff around the training ground. Yeah, I agree with that. There's a lot of work that needs to be done still. And, hopefully this will give us the platform for us to improve in the areas that we need to improve in as well.
Is the club more ready now as a whole?
I think they're getting there. The good news about the pitch being laid will be, that'll be huge because, look, it's bad enough having to play on that in League Two. If we manage to get to League One, it'd be even worse because, there's a lot of big clubs in there. You want to be making the right impression across the whole of the EFL. And if you've got a bad pitch, that actually goes against you. But it's good signs that we're having it laid, relayed and dug up already. And hopefully that can be a catalyst for us to kick on as well.
The season started 6 months after the previous ones finished. I know you did a lot of thinking in that time, sort of reassessed how you wanted to do things, and it's borne out on the pitch this season. But the aims for you, I'm sure, was do as well as you can to be promoted. What were the aims as a club? Was it simply about survival, given all the uncertainty?
Yeah, it was. Look, I'll always put pressure on myself. My remit was to keep us in the league. Look, let's not forget, I wasn't allowed to sign players until almost the end of July. We were behind on recruitment. Half the players are getting bonuses, half aren't, due to the restrictions that were put in place. So we were behind. We had a lot of what's the words I'm going to say, painstaking conversations. But thankfully we've got past all that, and we've made it to a playoff final.
The togetherness has always been a hallmark of your squads. It seems more than ever this season, and especially in such a difficult year for the community. That the city of Newport has been hit hard. It's down on its luck at times. You have to look at Friars Walk, some of the stuff not opening. Do you have that sense of responsibility that you are bringing pride to the city, that you're giving hope to supporters?
Well, being from the area, I know too well that what it means to the people. If I was the one to be able to get them to League One, it wouldn't be a prouder man in Newport than me. I guarantee you that. What will be. I can't, all I can do is prepare us to be at our best, to make sure we've got all the information they need to go on and win the game. As soon as they cross the line, it's down to them how they perform, how they handle the occasion, how they excel in that environment. And when we lost last time, there was no nerves or anything. It was a very, very tight encounter where we should have had a penalty. We didn't get one, and we conceded in the last minute of extra time. It was nothing to do with the occasion got the better of us and things like that. So I'm confident the boys will be fine, and hopefully in another tight encounter, I think it'll be. Hopefully, it's us who pips it.
Just no suits this time.
Yeah, well, it's the same amount of seats, just less people, Chris.
It's all, it's an incredible occasion, as you say. The fans can enjoy it. It's not a place for losers, Wembley. But you seem to have a great experience about your squad this season. You said you weren't affected by the occasion last time, but just hearing the vibes come out of your camp is that this is business. This isn't a cup final.
It is business, and obviously, Morecambe would be saying the same. But we're prepared. We're ready to go. It is business. Like I've said before, it's either a carnival atmosphere or it's a graveyard. And I know which side I want to be on because I'm not ready to go yet.
Again, you've spoken about this season, how challenging it's been from a manager's point of view. The toughness of playing Saturday, Tuesday, even more than normally. The mental strain on the restrictions that people have been placed under, the professionalism you guys have had to show during, no games called off for COVID, for example. Has it been your most testing season? Yeah,
for numerous reasons. Some is almost football related. What the challenges we've had to put up with. But then look, I'm always positive. You've got to take yourself back, and you've got to think that we are in a very, very privileged position. I feel that I'm a very lucky man to be one of 92 managers in the Football League and Premier League. There's been a lot of people who have lost loved ones, had massive sacrifices, lost their jobs. Fortunately, we're not one of those. We're not in that group at the minute. Yes, there's been people I know who've died, likewise so are the players. But as in a direct effect of what's gone on in the world, I think we've come through, quite well, or luckily. And you've got to take yourself back, and you've got to think of the people who are in a much worse situation than ourselves. And do you know what? It makes me feel grateful. It makes me feel appreciative, and it makes me want to go on and win for all the people who've made those sacrifices.
I'm sure the entire Wales is behind you, not just Newport, Mike. You've got a team that have shown they can really play football. Wembley should suit you. No fighting against the pitch there. Someone like Josh Sheehan, for example, who's got it all to play for. It could be the street.
Sorry, Chris, it broke up a little bit then.
Sorry, Mike, your internet connection's bad. I was just saying you've had problems with the pitch this season. You're not going to get that at Wembley. Should really suit you when the likes of Josh Sheehan, for example.
Yeah, well, it should. Let's hope it does. I'm sure he'll be looking to put on a performance. He's got so much ability. He's ambitious. And if I was Josh, I would be thinking this is maybe a trial to go and get into the Euro squad. That's exactly how I'd be thinking about it, because he's definitely good enough. And let's see. It might be his last Newport game, because I'm sure the attention he would have been attracting this season is going to be a lot of suitors for him.
Before my internet completely drops off, I'll just ask you one last time this season and expect the same answer as usual. Any injuries to be worried about, Mike? Thank you
He's
very
lying,
much.
Chris. He's lying.
Cheers, Chris.
Very, very best of luck.
Cheers, Chris.
Beth.
Hey, Flynn, are you all right?
Hiya, Beth, you okay?
Yeah, good, thanks. Listen, after last weekend, has the fear of maybe going into situations on Monday for players kind of lowered a little bit, given that you got yourself out of a situation which no one expected you to?
We expected to, Beth. That's why I made those subs. You know, Kev won't admit to that. But look, it was a strange game because we conceded 3 goals in 50 minutes. Previous to that, we'd only conceded 3 in 10 games. We knew what to expect, but I also I've said it all season. I think I proved it on Sunday. I've got a lot of faith in my players, and I think that the way they responded shows I was right to have that faith, because they're an outstanding group of players and people as well.
On a serious note, for those of you who ever played any sport, to elite level, when you have that match in the back of your mind, knowing that you can dig yourself out of situations, it surely does help in that 90 minutes, for example, on Monday.
It does, Beth, but I'll be honest with you, I'm hoping that it's not us doing the digging. I hope we start on the front foot. We impose our game and give Morecambe, a lot of problems. Likewise, they'll be trying to do the same against us. So, I'm confident that we can get off on the right foot, and hopefully we'll get the result that we want.
Just last one from me. I know Chris touched on the whole fan things, but I was emotionally overwhelmed when I came to see you at Rodney Parade the other week, and I spoke to loads of fans, different situation. One woman had lost her husband, and they'd come to see you together. All their lives really. That occasion on Monday for the fans, it's not just about football, is it?
No, look, for me, having the fans at the last home game and having more fans allowed at Wembley, it's our way of saying thank you for their support. I don't know, that's a cliche that all managers are going to say it because it's the right thing to say. But I'm telling you now, I genuinely mean it, because I've seen how tough it's been for people of Newport. And I'm only concentrating on Newport, obviously, because I'm from there. I've seen how tough it's been for local businesses, people who've lost people, family members, friends, businesses closing. I've seen how much it's hit people, and I've seen it firsthand. And to see them at the game last Tuesday, I think, it was a special moment, and it's no wonder that they got behind us so much, because I think they needed that as well. They needed to be there as much as we needed them there, and it was like a big let off of steam for everyone and a big sigh. But we need them once more.
Amazing, thanks. Listen, good luck.
Yes, Beth.
Chris.
Morning, Mike.
Go on then, Phil. You can go next.
Okay.
Hi,
Mike. You did the double over Morecambe in the season, the regular season. Does that have any bearing on the game?
No, not at all. Like I said the other day, I'd never beaten Forest Green at home as a manager, and I'd never lost them away as a manager. And that went out the window in the first game. We'd won at home. You expect to go and see the game through, we lose away. So it's got absolutely no bearing on it whatsoever. We lost and drew to Forest Green in the regular season. Different games now, Phil. Especially this one, it's a one-off cup final, and there's no room for mistake, and there's no rerun.
And a lot was obviously made of the incident at Morecambe when Kevin Ellison scored the goal and went up to Derek Adams. You obviously had a bird's eye view of that on the touchline. What did you make of that incident?
Well, look, for me, it's not Derek Adams and Kevin Ellison show, and I know Derek has never tried to do that either. He's somebody I've got a lot of respect for, and I just think there was a bit of emotion coming out from Kev that he'd had a 9-year stint there, which is a phenomenal stay at any club, and I think it was a bit of emotion from Kev, but like I said, that's done now. It's Newport, it's Morecambe, and I'm looking forward to it.
Did you say anything to Derek Adams after that happened, after the game?
No, I didn't. Listen, I did see it. I didn't know what was said, and I said afterwards in my comments is, I hope he didn't say anything disrespectful. And I'll always stand by that. He's celebrating. It's puts a bit of an edge on the game, which is why you're asking the question. I get that. It stirs things up. But for me, it's just a normal game. Well, not a normal game. What I mean is it's Newport against an opposition that we want to win the game to get into a different league.
And just finally from me, Mike, the way you came back to Forest Green after that such early setback, does that show the sort of the determination and the grit in the squad? Yeah,
it does, Phil. They never know when they're beaten. They're a fantastic group. I really, really love working with them. I love coming in to train with them. And it's nothing less than they deserve. It's not always been plain sailing. They've got their heads down. They've got on with the job at hand, and they've produced some outstanding results and performances this season. Not just getting to the final, the playoffs. We've topped for a long, long time. Got to fourth round of the Premier League in the FA Cup. Fourth round of the Carabao Cup against a Premier League team, which we lost both on penalties. It's been a very, very interesting year.
Thanks, Mike. Wish you all the best on Monday.
Thanks, Phil.
Chris Kerwin, do you want to go next?
Morning, Mike.
Chris?
Are you expecting the same Morecambe from the season? Well drilled, but happy for you to have the ball?
Well, look, it's... I can't double guess how they're going to approach it. You watch the two games against Tranmere. They're an exceptionally well-disciplined team. They're very dangerous on the counter-attack. And they've got players who can change games. So, look, it's going to be an interesting game. Let's hope that if they do sit off and we manage to get in the right areas, that we take advantage of that. Because if we don't, I'm sure they will when they get an opportunity at the other end, because that's what they've done all season. They're a very dangerous team.
I was going to say, how much is it as a manager? That's the skill, isn't it? Knowing to back what you've been doing well, rather than worrying necessarily about Mendes Gomez or whoever. It's sort of.
Well, you've got to be careful of players, and we do our analysis. We do our game prep, our training methodology, what we've gone through. We've, highlighted areas with their strengths, their weaknesses, how we can, exploit them, how we can protect ourselves. We've worked on that. We'll work on it again today. So we're well prepared. It's just whether we actually carry the instructions through.
You're obviously not going to give any team news or anything away, but in terms of, you've got some nice selection headaches. When will you tell the team the sort of lineup?
Depends. It'll either be Sunday or it'll be Monday. Sometimes I tell them the day before. Other times it's on the day. So it's something that I'll speak to my staff with. Make sure we're clear in what we want to do, and then we'll make a decision.
Because there'll be 3 or 4 people who won't even get in the 18 who will be disappointed, but the 7 who are disappointed to not be starting, that they could have, well, hopefully not the keeper, but a lot of them will have a big role to play. We saw that at the Forest Green, didn't we? It's
exactly, and look, they might be disappointed, but they need to get beyond their teammates, and I'm sure they will.
In terms of the bigger picture, it's tricky, isn't it, lower leagues, in that you've got this shot promotion, and the nature of it is that a lot of players then will come and go. It adds a bit of pressure, I guess, in that you'll have some sort of rebuild if this is a chance for this team to go up a level, and then you probably keep a core of them, don't you?
Well, you hope so. Yeah. Look, we're going to be behind on recruitment now, whether it's League One or League Two. And you know, it's things that we need to talk about, because you can't keep rebuilding squads. It's hard. You ain't always going to find the Josh Sheehan. You ain't always going to find the Scott Bennett and Mickey Demetrio. It ain't going to happen. And we need to nail that down better, I'll say.
It'll help. Being a League One club certainly helps with those conversations, doesn't it? When you're in recruitment, you'll be searching for a different caliber of player as well.
Yeah, it does. Well, you like to think it would, but you're competing with a lot more bigger clubs than what we are. So yeah, we're probably back round to the same predicament.
Getting ahead of ourselves anyway, isn't it? It's all about...
That's why I'm not talking about it.
That's the pro. But no. On a final note, how good have your medical injuries? But you've got these selection headaches, which is nice, isn't it? That they've done a great job, haven't they?
Sorry, you started breaking up, Chris. But did you say how good the medical staff have been with the lack of injury? Yeah. I can't speak highly enough of Tom, Lewis, the doc, and the rest of the team. They've been absolutely amazing. They are very, very good at their jobs. They're outstanding people who I've got a lot of time for. And they're people who I trust. They are almost, I've got to give them a lot of credit. Yeah, they're almost the perfect team.
Almost. Got to give them room for improvement. There we are.
Always.
Cheers, mate. I'll see you Monday.
Cheers, Chris.